Welcome back to New Zealand, Ruel.
Thank you very much, guys.
I feel like it's pretty much your second home now.
It is. I'm here a lot. I'm here very often, and I love it so much.
We're not complaining either. It is so good. How would somebody prepare for a Ruel show?
Possibly earbuds. If you're that kind of person who has sensitive ears. It gets pretty loud. Savor your vocal cords. Because there's a few sing-alongs, and I want you guys to be singing loud, and I don't know, bring your friends, bring as many people as possible, because I want to sell out these tickets.
But no dogs, right? The puppies at home. Because I went to your first show here, and it was literally the loudest concert I've ever been to. It was the one you did at the Tuning Fork, and it's quite a small venue.
Yeah,
and I just
very condensed.
I was like, what the hell is going on?
There's no escape.
Yeah, in a good way though. 2019 has been an incredible year for music for you.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about what inspired Real Thing.
Real Thing. So this was actually based off a movie, High Fidelity, with John Cusack and Jack Black. And it's about like the last 15 minutes of the movie, how he's saying that he's tired of fantasizing about people, and he's tired about living in this fake world, and he just wants something real. He wants reality. He wants all the ups and downs. He wants all the arguments and all the crying and stuff like that, which I thought was just a really sweet sentiment. And that's why I wrote about it. So it didn't actually relate to me at all. I just thought it was a cool concept.
It's such a cool song, and the thing that I'm loving at the moment is your music videos. Like Painkiller, next level. But I also love the robot vibe going on.
Real Thing, yeah, that was heaps of fun to do. That was so much fun. It was so cold though, on those few days, because we were shooting from about 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, and it was so funny. It was so hard to keep a straight face through that whole thing.
The thing I want to know, did you have to go to robot classes? How did you learn to move so robotically?
I don't know. I guess I picked it up pretty quick, but I had a day before, in the dance studio with this guy called Dion, and he kind of made out all these different little moves and movements for different scenes and stuff.
It's so wild. I was
it's pretty crazy.
There was one
the sound effects definitely help.
100%.
Without the sound effects, it looks kind of weird.
I'm not gonna lie, there was one point of the video where I was so convinced that you were actually a robot. I was like, did they build a Ruel robot for this, or is it him? I was mesmerized.
In my suitcase, and he does all the shows for me.
I love it. Not actually you. You're I'm on vocal rest. What would you say to somebody who is wanting to get into music themselves? Do you have a piece of advice?
I don't know. It's really I feel like it's hard to give advice they haven't heard before. People ask that, and I always end up feel like I'm just saying stuff that they've definitely heard a million times before. Which if you really think you have what it takes to just keep working at it and and get your name out there, which is it feels like it's definitely way easier said than done. But I feel like the main thing that's the most honest thing that I can really say is to just really find people who are in the industry, and if your dad knows someone, if your friend's dad knows someone, if just I feel like if you just have any link, just really don't be scared to tell them that you feel like you have what it takes.
Totally.
Yeah.
Gotta get that foot in the door, and when it's
exactly.
Keep on going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving the tour vlogs that you've been posting on Instagram lately.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that when I think about a tour, I'm it must be so glamorous. You're just traveling country to country, performing shows, seeing your fans. But there is a downside of touring as well.
Yeah.
The jet lag, the tiredness.
Yes.
The fact that you cover all of that in your vlogs, I think, is awesome.
Yeah, but it also has that kind of glamour to it. There was one tour, one of the tour vlogs we were in Norway, and it was honestly one of the best nights I've ever had in my life, just because it was so breathtakingly beautiful. We went to the top of this mountain on this weird little cable car, and it was about 11 p.m. and it was still light, and still proper light, and we ended up just staying up there for hours, just playing with mountain goats and frolicking in these little forests. It was so beautiful, and I just had the best time in Norway. It's definitely my favorite place in the world right now.
If you ever go to Vancouver, there's a similar sounding thing. You like go up a cable car. I think it's called like Moose Mountain.
Ah, sick.
Or Grouse Mountain or something like that. If you ever get the chance, you gotta go up and check it out. It's so
I've
good.
been to Vancouver. I'd love to.
It's such a cool city. It's kind of wild.
I am going. I'm going, guys. Whoa!
Vancouver, let's go. I want to talk to you for a second about fashion. I remember last time we talked briefly about fashion, but since then I saw you did like a GQ interview.
Yeah.
Wearing Louis Vuitton.
Yes.
Such a dope outfit.
So expensive that I did not get to keep. Yeah, that jacket was like, it was so funny. I rocked up and like, it was like hanging up and it was being like steamed so carefully, and I was like, is that the jacket I'm gonna wear? And they'd be like, yeah, you're gonna wear it. And I was like, oh my god. And then they like put it on me, and then I have to like, it's so, they like said I couldn't lean on any walls or anything. It was like a proper like $10,000 jacket.
Yeah.
And as soon as like the shot was over, they like took it off me and like put it in a car and just like went off like back to the factory, back to the store. But like, yeah, it was a bit of a tease.
That was such a cool photo shoot. I loved it.
Yeah.
Who would you say are some of like your fashion inspirations or icons?
I think I might have said it last time, but Tyler the Creator is a huge fashion influence. I think he's got his own little thing. I really think only really works for him. I feel like, you know, when you see his fans, you know, wearing the stuff that he wears, it kind of looks stupid, but when he wears it, it looks so sick.
Yeah.
But so yeah, like I am a huge fan of his brand Golfwang, but I feel like a lot of the stuff I can't pull off because you know, he's
good though.
He's got that, you know, granddad vibe, like that looks so dope, and yeah, I guess it looks weird on teenage white boys.
You're like, no deal.
Yeah.
I also saw you went to Paris Fashion Week.
Yes.
Was that your first fashion week?
That was my first fashion week, and I had fashion week, and I had the best time. It was so sick. I saw 2 shows. I saw the Undercover show, who's like one of my favorite brands in the world, and it was so sick. And Junior Watanabe, which was like in a palace, and they were like, the runway was like through a courtyard of this palace. It was so beautiful. I had the best time.
That's sick.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the one item of clothing in your wardrobe that you're like, this is the holy grail?
This is the holy grail. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I wear now, I give back after wearing it, because I've just got no room in my closet anymore. So a lot of stuff I don't keep. But there's something in there that I did buy. Like, I treat myself every now and then.
Yeah.
And last proper thing I got was this, I got a Y3, like, proper tracksuit.
Sick.
And I've worn it like 3 times, and all my fans are like, oh, okay, we've seen it. We've already seen you wear this. Outfit repeater.
You're like, I'm just helping
out
the environment.
Hey, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Stop
what I should say.
the shade, please.
Yeah.
I also love your merch. Like, not gonna lie, wearing 2 pieces of it right now.
Yeah. Please.
And
Please continue wearing it.
The pop-up store that you did in Auckland, so many cool things in there. Do you have quite a hands-on approach to designing the merch?
Yeah, definitely. Me and my creative director Jeremy always get on calls when we design all the merch. And yeah, I'm, as you said, I'm very passionate about fashion, so I like to definitely have a lot of input when it comes to the merch.
That's so sick. And who would you say is what would you say is the one song you're listening to right now, a new song that you're like, this is so sick and everybody should be listening to it?
All For Us by Labyrinth and Zendaya from the Euphoria soundtrack.
So good.
It is so sick. The the production on that and the choir and just like everything about that song is so genius, and he's such a genius, and Zendaya's so cool, and it was just like, I'm in awe of that song. It's so good. And that show is incredible as well.
Ruel, you were an absolute legend. Thank you so much for coming in.